Essential things to know before traveling to China. China, a country rich in history and culture, is often surrounded by a veil of mystery due to its varied portrayals in the media and stories. It is a country that you can never get to know what it really is by assuming. If you are ready to explore this mysterious country, check out the guide below and start your trip to China. China has entered the era of a cashless economy. The major e-wallets are Alipay and WeChat Pay, and you can spot the sign of payment instructions everywhere, from shopping malls to wet market stalls. You can sign up for these payment methods by using your mobile phone number or a Facebook account. MasterCard, Visa, American Express, JCB, and some other bank cards can be credited to your WeChat account. If you prefer, you can still use cash as an alternative. Is travel to China budget-friendly? Many travelers, including our customers, find that China is more cost-effective than most Western countries they've visited. Generally speaking, 5-star accommodations in major cities like Beijing or Shanghai offer good value, featuring spacious rooms and modern facilities. Transport across the country is convenient and economical, and meals, whether Chinese or Western, are reasonably priced unless you're seeking ultra-fine dining. One consideration is that some of the entrance fees for tourist attractions can be somewhat expensive. Sometimes separate fees are required to pay to visit a complex of temples or museums, but you can always make a choice, which is a good thing the other way around. Safety and health. Safety. Overall, China is a country with a low crime rate, but it is important to take care of your personal finances and avoid pickpocketing in crowded places. It's a good idea to invest in travel insurance to protect yourself against any unexpected health issues that might come up during your trip. Besides, be sure to know the local emergency numbers and the embassy's contact information, just in case you need them. Hygiene and food safety. China takes public health seriously, and the people have gotten used to washing hands whenever necessary. Very often, you will see liquid soap available in the bathrooms of restaurants or attraction sites. When it comes to Chinese food, look at the restaurant that has food hygiene ratings on their premises, and always go with the one that has something above C. To many's surprise, the suspicious street food is not that dangerous. Very rare an upset stomach caused by street food is heard of. Following the local crowd is a good idea, as they certainly have identified the safe zone. The bottom line is avoiding uncooked food in street stalls. That being said, if you do not go on overseas trips often, travelers' diarrhea is still a potential minor incident due to a new diet, dehydration from long-distance flying, a change in climate, and lack of sleep. It is best to consult a doctor for medication advice. Finding a doctor. When it comes to medical help, public hospitals are the first go-to place. In highly developed cities such as Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, there are more doctors who speak both English and Chinese than in smaller cities. It is necessary to have someone who speaks both English and Chinese with you to see a doctor in smaller cities. China has a fairly developed healthcare system, with many hospitals practicing a mixture of Western and Chinese medicine. Air quality. In most cities in China, air quality is generally good, especially in popular tourist areas. Although some industrial cities may have poor air quality, they are typically not major tourist destinations. If you have pre-existing conditions or are particularly sensitive to air quality, please let us know in advance so we can tailor an itinerary that suits your needs. The private guided tours we provide have great flexibility, which allows you to swap attractions to get the best out of your stay. Toilet. Although Western toilets are becoming common in newly furbished apartments, squat toilets still dominate public places with a handicapped stall, usually the last one, dedicated to a Western-style toilet. Fortunately, sitting toilets can be easily found in starred hotels, airports, malls, in developed cities, upscale restaurants, and even in high-speed trains. Not McDonald's or KFC because they have catered to the needs of the Chinese markets. WC and toilet are commonly used rather than bathroom or restroom. There is research evidence showing that squat toilets are more hygienic than sitting ones. As there is a fairly strong chance of using a squat toilet when needed, I would recommend you practice squatting 1 month prior to your travel. Always remember to bring your toilet paper as usually it is not provided in public toilets. You may come across a bin next to the toilet, which is for used toilet paper because some of the sewage systems are not designed to deal with paper. Sometimes there is a notice of instruction stuck on the back of the door, but they are usually in Chinese. Dietary consideration. Vegan and vegetarian. What to know before going to China is that the Chinese love meat so much that even a tofu dish is likely to contain meat. But don't panic, it doesn't mean that they don't eat veggies. Popular and convenient to find non-meat options include noodles, rice, eggplant, garlic, bok choy, and many other plant foods. The safe bet is to visit a vegetarian restaurant, which can be hard to find and often only available in big cities. It would be much easier to have a local check out the Chinese review sites to find one. Or you can order a plate of stir-fried vegetables, but this is not guaranteed. Sometimes there is pork mince sprinkled on the vegetable. You can tell the waiter or waitress that, "Uyao Fang Ru, no meat." Chinese cuisine for vegetarians. The hot water myth. Chinese people believe that drinking hot water is good for your stomach, which explains why tea is a popular drink. Don't be surprised if you are offered a glass of warm or hot water. Social customs. Greeting. To greet someone in Chinese, a friendly and useful phrase is, "Ni hao, hello." Handshake. Definitely okay but a bit formal. Nodding. Yes, when there are too many people to shake hands with separately. Hugging. More common between friends and family members. Restaurant manners. Unlike Western restaurants where diners wait for the waiter or waitress to approach, sometimes it can be a long wait if the business is busy. Chinese restaurants prefer to get things done more quickly. It is okay to signal or call for the staff to bring a menu or check the bill. Tipping. Tipping is not a common practice in restaurants or taxi drivers. However, it greatly demonstrates your appreciation to the private service provider, such as your chauffeur and personal guide. The amount of tipping really depends on your level of satisfaction. Generally, the tipping ranges start from RMB 200 per day for the guide and RMB 100 per day for the driver. Queuing. With an enormously large population, China is no doubt packed everywhere. Personal space is a rare concept among the Chinese in terms of queuing. Due to the long lines and crowds, you might experience some unexpected physical contact with others. Bargaining. At local markets or street vendors, feel free to bargain until you find a deal you're satisfied with. In malls or chain stores, prices are usually fixed, but it's always worth asking if there are any discounts or promotions available. Gifts. There are many unique souvenirs in China that you can take home. Tea is a great choice, with a variety of types such as black tea, pu'er tea, and oolong tea, each with distinct flavors and health benefits. Silk products are also popular. Items like silk scarves and clothing are both beautiful and comfortable. Calligraphy souvenirs, such as calligraphy fans or Chinese calligraphy brush pens, capture the essence of traditional Chinese culture. Traditional Chinese paintings are another great option. A beautifully crafted painting can add an artistic atmosphere to your home. These souvenirs not only serve as mementos but also allow your friends and family to experience China's unique charm. Language. China is one of the countries that you definitely want to have a guide to wander around with. Although English is largely taught in China from primary school in recent decades, not many are able to use it, not to mention the crappy translation for street signs. Getting lost in translation is part of the experience, but many times it can be frustrating, like when you try to order something to eat or tell a doctor about your ailment. Another bonus of having a guide is that you will not get bored when visiting monuments with lots of scripts while having no idea about the stories behind them. Mandarin is the official language of China, although less used in places where the local dialect has a strong influence, such as Guangzhou speaking Cantonese and Chengdu speaking Sichuanese. Even if you are a Mandarin expert, it is still a challenge. But worry not, people would be happy to switch to Mandarin if asked. Instant message tools. The China-developed and operated app, WeChat Weixin in Chinese, dominates the communication world of China. Basically, everyone is using it, from a 70-year-old granny to pupil. Don't worry if you want to use it, WeChat is available in English and is a great way to stay in touch with locals. WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Line, Messenger are all blocked, VPN required. Many are shocked to learn that mainstream social media or websites are blocked in China, but it is a true fact that inbound travelers need to deal with. The banned list includes Google, all affiliated products, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and WhatsApp. To access these, you will need to install a VPN before your trip. For independent travelers, a VPN is even more crucial, as you will need Google Translate and the map to navigate through. About traveling. Where to visit. China is big enough to offer gazillions of choices for exploration, so try not to limit your visit to the must-sees of Beijing, Shanghai, and Xi'an. There are plenty of things to do and to see. You will encounter places that are rich in history, picturesque landscapes, and a variety of interesting cultures. Even the North and the South see distinct cultural phenomena. Many visitors describe the countryside view as unreal, and it's not an exaggeration. Check out what else is worth going to with our sample China itineraries, or get in touch and let us know what you're interested in. One of our travel experts will work out something for you. Transport. When it comes to air travel in China, it's advisable to arrive at the airport 3 hours before an intentional flight and 2 hours before a domestic flight. The line in big cities' airports can be very long, particularly on public holidays. There is a good chance for delays due to either weather concerns or air traffic controls, but the airport is modern and sleekly designed, at least offering a great place for a rest. The high-speed rail in China is another wow to many foreign visitors. Many cities are interlinked by railways, and tickets are modestly priced. Apart from the great efficiency, traveling by train allows you to see the real China. You can buy train tickets on China Railway's official website, Chinese version only, or at the train station with your passports. Rest assured that we handle our guests' ticket booking without disclosing their information to a third party other than China Railway. Subway is an easy way to get around the city, and it's available in many cities: Beijing, Shanghai, Xi'an, Guangzhou, Chengdu, etc. Particularly the capital city of a province. There is also a fantastic network of buses in some cities, but very often the names of stops are in Chinese only. While taxi drivers in China usually don't speak English, it is advisable to carry a card with your destination or hotel address in Chinese to show the driver. You can pay for the taxi either with cash or by scanning a QR code, so it's a good idea to have some change ready. Alternatively, you can opt for Odinovo, our private transfer service, for a more personalized travel experience. Taking photos in China. Chinese people are often friendly about having their photos taken and are often happy to pose with you. The street photograph is usually fine, but permission would probably yield better results. Additional travel information. Tanning. Like many Eastern Asians, the Chinese are not into tanning. In summer you will encounter hundreds of different umbrellas to protect them from the sun. It is quite nice to enjoy the design of the umbrellas though. Embracing curiosity in smaller cities. In smaller cities other than Beijing or Shanghai, foreign visitors are not very common, which might lead to some curiosity, such as people staring or taking photos. This is usually harmless, so don't get irritated. Feel free to smile or start a conversation. Braver English learners may take the chance to speak to you or have a photo together. And you will feel like being a superstar in a foreign country. Plan your China tour with Odinovo. China is a great place to visit. Come open-minded, and you will have an experience like no other. This guide is intended to help you with your trip planning, and you are more than welcome to send an inquiry or send to trip@odinovo.com to get a personalized itinerary for free. If you like such informative topics, you can subscribe to stay tuned for my future videos. Thank you for watching.